Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Ben, and today I'm standing up. I'm standing up today. This is kind of weird. Now, usually I'd be sitting down on one of my videos just because I'm right at 6 feet tall. I'm at the top of my bookcases, and it usually doesn't look that good on top. I've just bought enough books to where I can stack it up, and it actually looks pretty good. I like it, and I kind of like the idea of being able to move around. It's really nice. So today I'm going to be answering a bunch of the questions that you guys asked me in my last video, kind of celebrating the fact that I hit 500 subscribers. 500 subscribers, that's a lot of people. I still can't get over that. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos and to subscribe to my channel and just talk to me in the comments and on Twitter, and just, it is fantastic. Thank you guys so much for being awesome. So without further ado, let's get to those questions. Taylor's Last Time asked, do I have any plans to write a book? At the moment, I have no plans on writing a book, but I have so many story ideas rolling around in my head that someday it may just be possible that I would do so, but at the moment I have no plans to. Maybe one day I'll participate in like NaNoWriMo and get the words out on the page and just kind of have it there and ready to be revised or something like that, but at the moment I really have no plans on writing a book. How old am I? I am 28 years old. Books and Vintage asks what my favorite character in Harry Potter is. My favorite person in Harry Potter is kind of unusual. You don't see a lot of people mention him, and it's going to be Hagrid. He doesn't get the love or the respect he deserves for what he does around the castle. I mean, he's big and huggable and nice to everybody, and how can you not love Hagrid? And also, what is my favorite fictional character ever? And for this one, I can't just pick one, so I'm going to go with multiples on this one. I've actually already done a video for my favorite characters in books, so I'm going to go ahead and link that somewhere around here. For this question, I'm going to go ahead and do the favorite fictional characters outside of books. Absolutely anybody from Looney Tunes, with Bugs Bunny and Tasmanian Devil being on top. You got Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, the best character in that show. In terms of superheroes, Spider-Man is my guy, with Batman being right there behind him. You got Krillin, Trunks, and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Those are my dudes. And I could probably go on and on and on and on about all my favorite characters, and it would last a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. This next question is from Tag, and it's, am I planning to travel abroad again? Yes, I absolutely do. I've caught it bad, the travel bug. I caught it bad. I want to travel through the rest of Europe. I want to go pretty much everywhere. My next trip that I've been planning kind of is Kruger Park. It's in Africa. It's basically, you drive through the park. There's elephants, there's hippos, and all the big cats. And if you don't get eaten, you can get some really good pictures. So really looking forward to that. And hopefully that will happen in the fairly near future. But yes, I want to go absolutely everywhere I can. How did I get started in photography? I actually like this question a lot. I got into photography when I was a little kid, and I got into it because of my grandma. She used to carry around a film camera pretty much everywhere she goes, all the big family meetings and all that stuff. She would get out and just snap pictures of everybody, make everybody pose, me and my sister mostly, but she just always had a camera in her hand. She always loved to capture moments. She's the one that showed me how the camera works, how all the buttons work. She told me how to load film and how to develop. She pretty much taught me everything I needed to know in the beginning to start being obsessed with taking pictures. And since then, I've always had a camera in my hand, and I've always just grown and tried to improve. I still like going to her house because she's got this entire pretty much bookcase with almost every year full of just pictures she's taken and developed. It's a lot of it is just, you know, family and just different landscapes that she's been to, and just all sorts of portraits and stuff like that. It's just really nice to go through all those books and see all these things. Pickle Hearts Books asks, what kind of music do I listen to? I actually listen to pretty much anything, except for I don't listen to a lot of pop, and I don't listen to a lot of country music after the year 2000. It's not, I'm not ragging on anything. It's just too poppy, and it sounds all the same to me. But I listen to pretty much everything from metal to hip hop to classic rock, and I love jazz. I love classical music. Anything with strings, I absolutely love. Lindsey Sterling and anything on cello, and that's really why I like the piano guys too. Pianos and cellos. That's perfect. I love those guys. But yeah, I love to listen to pretty much anything. What are some of my favorite songs and bands? My favorite songs change daily, so it's really hard to narrow those down. I actually I've got this thing called Random Music Friday, to where I come up with, do a search and look up new bands that I've never heard before and just kind of sample a bunch of their work on YouTube or anything like that. It really gives me something to do when I'm supposed to be working. You know. But if I have to say some of my favorites from just over time, I would say like Avenged Sevenfold and Tool, and like I said, the Piano Guys and Lindsey Sterling and things like that. And I am just a lover of music. I love to listen to music. I love playing music, and it's really hard to narrow down favorites on pretty much anything for me. So I'm gonna stick with those. And her third question is, can I read with music playing or the TV on? As long as there is no words and the music what's playing on TV, it is perfect. If it's classical music or anything like that, it is perfect. If words are part of the music or anything like that, I just can't do it. My hearing has not been very good since I was born. I was born that way, but every time I hear voices, I've had to train myself, even if I hear the hint of a voice, to look up and try to acknowledge who's talking. Because I have found that not very many things upset people as fast as them thinking that you're not paying attention to them. So if there's words in anything, I just can't do anything where I'm trying to concentrate. So no, I can't do that. We have Boho Faye that asks, are unhaul videos anything that you might do? I've never really thought about doing an unhaul video, just simply because I don't get rid of very many books. I am a very easy to please reader, so I like to keep a lot of the books I enjoy, and I enjoy a lot of books. So if I was going to give away anything, it would probably be most of my bottom shelf. They're all Star Wars books that I got from my uncle. They were all for free, and they're all kind of damaged in some way, so I would probably give those to the library or to some of my teacher friends if they wanted them, but it would probably not be something I would do a video on. And Tree Branch asks, do I collect anything? That is a good question. I collect stacks and stacks of books. There's stacks that you can't see that are kind of everywhere, but I have a problem when it comes to collecting books. I have an even bigger problem when it comes to buying photography equipment, just simply because it makes me go broke. Other than that, I've grown a collection of hair ties and hair bands that just seem to diminish each time I turn around. They just disappear. I have no idea how that happens. It is a miracle. They're gone. I don't know where they go. I really don't. And we have Lily, who asks, how did I get so awesome? I actually really didn't want to admit this, but it's all in the camera. I don't do anything. The camera just makes it look awesome. Hold on. I know, hold on. Okay. I'm sorry I had to do that. I'm sorry. The camera, it brings out the awesomeness. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I wish I was awesome. What product do I use in my hair? Normally after I get out of the shower, I usually just take a little bit of coconut oil and just kind of throw it everywhere in there and it's done for the day, or just some leave-in conditioner. But usually 95% of the time I just put a little bit of coconut oil in it and it's good to go. And our third question is, have I read any of Jim Butcher's books? I have not, but I really need to. Every time I go to Amazon, there's Jim Butcher books that are in my recommended for me, and I just need to put them into my little checkout bin and bring them home. And this next question is from Manzana, and it's, am I single? And believe it or not, I get this question quite frequently through my comments or through some sort of messaging, and I usually don't answer, but I did tell y'all to ask me anything. So yeah, I am. Yep. And we have Elizabeth's Spooky House of Books that asks, do I think I would ever go back to school? Right now, I just want to relax a little bit just because I got out of school and I'm really enjoying my relaxation time. But in the future, yeah, I could probably see myself going back to college. I've got a year and a half, well, a semester and a half, maybe 2 semesters, maybe 1 year of school left before I get my bachelor's in chemical engineering. And I have always kind of hated that I couldn't finish that. I couldn't afford to go back for that degree, so it would be nice to be able to go back because I hate not finishing things. I really do. It bothers me when I don't finish things. So eventually, yeah, I'll probably go back and finish that and have that extra degree. I would love to go back and just take some random classes or save the money and just buy the books and start learning that way on my own. But yeah, I can see myself going back to school. Who is my favorite all-time author and why? For this one, I'm going to have to go with Brandon Sanderson. As for the why, it was my first exposure to him was at the end of the Wheel of Time series. You can actually see it now. Wheel of Time series is actually up here in the videos now. You can usually just see the little bottom portion of it. but he wrote the last 3 books in that series, and I already loved those books in the series, and I got exposure to his style that he brought into those books, and I just jumped and started reading a bunch of his books right away, and I loved every one of them. So Brandon Sanderson is my guy. And our third question is, do I ever read nonfiction? I actually do read nonfiction. Usually I listen to it on audible.com. That's usually the audiobooks that I get. I listen to them in my car or when I'm out walking or doing things like that. And that's when I listen to my nonfiction books. I've got a few psychology books. You can probably see them now. They're up here that I have to get to, but most of the nonfiction is through Audible. And then we have from Lydia, do I have a reading schedule? I actually do and don't. I just fit it in whenever I can. At work, I do maybe 10 minutes of reading a couple times a day. Try to go outside or in the break room because there's people at work, they take smoke breaks and I don't smoke. So I was like, well, they're taking 10-minute breaks, so I'm going to take my 10-minute break and I'm going to go read my book a little bit. So sounds fair to me. I'm usually just trying to read 50 pages per day. That's my goal every single day, is to read 50 pages, at least 50 pages. And I usually exceed that, but it's working really well for me so far, and I'm getting through more books than I thought I would. I got that idea from Richard Denny. He does his Read 100, where he tries to read 100 pages every day, and I just did my own little version with 50 pages, and like I said, it's working wonders. That's usually my only schedule. There's not really a schedule. It's just a daily goal that I try to get out of my reading. So that was my 500 subscriber Q&A. Thank you guys so much for sending in the questions. I'm trying a new little style on my videos. I'm just trying to incorporate a little bit more. I've got more time to put into them, so I'm trying to do a little bit more with them. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought, or just say, hey, I love talking to you guys in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and as always, you guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye.